Sup, team? We're going to get into a little trade recap. There's a lot of trades we got to run through. I definitely over traded today. I'll keep it real. That's the way it is sometimes. You know, I've been on point for a few weeks now, and every trade I would have taken. I think we weren't getting the move, so I was getting frustrated. But every single trade was on my level. Now I did secure a little over $1,100 profit today. So I mean, there's that. But one trade was a loss, and all the rest were wins. This one was pretty well break even. This one right here. So we'll just go over it. Okay, so let's just jump onto the chart and just look at structure on NQ and just see what we got here. Okay, so I wasn't shorting unless I was at my levels. That's all there is to it, right? So let's look on the 15-minute. This is the same thing that happened last week. Okay, we open up with a gap down. So we got our gap down right here, right? We open up, we right down to some key levels. We hold our levels. We put in a bottom, higher low, higher low, higher low. Like, we're not sure what the market's doing now, but we're looking bullish back to the upside, right? Now, let's jump on to both charts, and this is what my thesis was for the day. So if you look on let's jump on to NQ. So we had a 30-minute fair value gap on NQ that I had marked out. Where was it? Was it 30? No, it was yes. No. Was it a
15 minute?
Was it 15 minute?
Yep. There you go.
No, but there was what was that? Oh, I'm on NQ. Jesus. I'm like, bro, what is going on here? No, I know there's a 30-minute a sec here. On ES. There we go. Boom. So this is what I was looking at today, you guys. I was like, okay, we filled the gap already on on NQ. A sec, let me get this gap. So really what I was looking at today, this is my thesis going into the day. I'm like, obviously we're bullish, and I feel like we're going to run. I felt like we were going to run it open. So we have this 30-minute gap. We all see that, right? So let's jump onto both charts. Let's jump onto the 5-minute. And you can see right here, before we hit, right when we hit this level, we're in this gap, okay? So I was like, if we can't get above both levels and that gap, then I'm only looking at longs unless we can get above this level, or retrace back down to a 50-minute gap or a discount range. So the first trade was a short. The first trade was a short right here. It was a nice trade. This was not pre-market, but like it was 850, you know, before New York Open. And all I was looking at was that we were below the level on NQ or ES, and at that time we hadn't filled the gap. So when we took this trade right here, we were trading right here. So we had tapped into the gap and hadn't filled the gap yet. So we have like an SMT with the gap fill, right? So I took this trade right there. Boom. That was the first trade, and I made some good money on it. That was a solid trade. Now my target for that, full target, would have been this discount range right here. Boom. So that's my target on that. And you guys see me do this all the time. This is a short off a key level, and I'm fading it back down to discount. So right there, swing low, swing high. That was my target, and I did scale out pretty well. I think I posted that trade in the chats. I scaled out pretty well at the bottom of that, so it was a nice trade. Now the second trade. Let's get into the second trade. Okay. Now the second trade was a loss. Jumped down to the 2-minute on both indexes here. So now let's just see what we got. I have to look up top to see my trade execution there. Yeah. So this was the second trade right here. And this, where was it here? Which one? Yes. So right here, we came up. Let's just get rid of this. And I noticed that we pretty well rejected the level right here. See, we traded up and just tapped it. And I was looking at that level. I was like, if we hit that level, I want to short it. We then get our M2 sell setup. So we're above the level on ES. We came up. Do we have the S? No, we don't have the SMT there. So we came up. We have this big displacement candle through the level, right? We have that displacement candle through the level. So I just took my M2 sell setup. That was it. That was an M2 sell setup. We're below the level on ES. We're in a 30-minute imbalance on ES. We've filled the gap. We have displacement back to the downside. Now, I was looking to trade this down to this 15-minute gap here, and I took the trade. We got a little bit of a move, but I didn't put my stop to break even. It was a loss. So that was it. But ultimately, excuse me, ultimately, I was looking at below the level on ES, 30-minute imbalance. We have displacement candle back below the level on NQ. And I really thought that if we were going to run it open, you guys, we were going to run. I thought that if we got above this level here, we were going to run. So seeing that not happen, I thought it was a good snipe. And it wasn't a bad trade. I mean, I was trading what I seen. I was trading a displacement candle to the downside. That's it. So I'm okay with that loss. Now, it sucked because I gave back all my profit from this first trade. But, I mean, it is what it is, right? That's trading. We got to be okay with that sometimes. Now, the second trade was beautiful. Rejection of this key level. I took the trade on NQ, but basically this was the trade right here. Boom. I was trading the level on ES. So let me just get rid of these so we can see things better. Now, ultimately, my target was down at this 15-minute imbalance, but I did scale out right at the bottom. My exit was, where is it here? 26,741. So right there. That was the max. And that was 46 points. That was a banger trade. Now, what am I looking at here? Okay, so first things first, we come up. We aren't pushing higher, right? Like we pushed down. I thought that we'd just keep going higher, and we can't get above this level yet on ES. So I'm shorting my levels. Like literally, that's been the name of the game for the last few weeks. So like it's like price comes up to a level, then we get a good rejection. If we're gonna go higher, eventually we break it and continue. Like last week, the 1 day high a day was our key level. How many times did we see it market open? We rip to a level. Right? We short it. Boom. We got like 30, 40 points. Like there's multiple trades like that. So I'm just trading the same things that I trade all the time and what I'm seeing in the market. So I know some people, I know Zach took this, but basically we have the key level here, 7,154. We reject it. I front run this gap. I expect this gap to be broke. If you look on the 1 minute, let's get on the right chart. If we look on the 1 minute here, and we were talking about this, I'm like, if we get through this gap and below the level, we're going to flush. And I sat through this. I sat through this trade. I was like, I'm sitting through this. That's all there is to it. And we did we front run the gap. We did get the move through the level, or through the gap. We did get the move through the level, and then tapped into this 5-minute imbalance. So that was the trade. That was it. And I did call this one out. You know what I mean? I said I'm shorting this. So that was it right there. Now the next one was a long. Where was it here? So the next one was a long. I probably should have been done for the day. Right there, I should have been done for the day, you guys. That's all there is to it. You know what I mean? Like I'm back green on the day. I shouldn't be forcing any more trades. This is the thing about trading, right? Like we have to know when to call it a day. Now this last trade, I ended up making about $50 on it. So I mean, it wasn't a loss, but there was no reason for me to take that trade. I've had 2 wins and 1 loss. I'm over $1,000 profit on the day. We need to walk away, and I'll lead by example. I will lead by example with this shit. You know what I mean? Like, I think, I'll be honest, for me, like, I was super fucking pumped and just ready to trade today. I think you guys can tell. Like, Trev, you know my voice, bro. When I get going, like, I was just ready to go today, man. So I think maybe that was it. Also, too, taking that 1 loss, I think maybe triggered a little bit of extra trading, extracurricular trading today. So, but we got to recognize that stuff. When I get off the charts and I'm done today, I'm going to sit and think about that stuff. I'm going to journal and be like, you know what, today like I said, I probably shouldn't even have traded after the first trade. Like my first trade was a nice green trade. I was up almost $500. Like I really hope that if you don't have a big account and you're a newer prop trader, you are walking away after a $500 win. You don't have to trade because I trade. You don't have to trade because you see more setups. What you have to do is focus on capital preservation and just coming in and taking that 1 trade and walking away. Now, things get into my mind when I go through this stuff. Like, I'm like, I had a 5K week last night. So, realistically, I'm okay with like $1,000 loss today, you guys. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like saying that, but like, I'm trading my account. I'm trading my capital. I'm trading for myself. You are trading for yourself, your capital, your account. So if you have a $2,000 drawdown account and you have a $500 day, you can't take more trades. You really have to have the discipline not to. Whether I'm taking more trades or not, you have to be like, I'm locked in. I'm doing this today. That's all there is to it, right? So anyways, let's get back into the last trade here. So the last trade was basically, I liked it. So we got back above the level on both right here. Okay, so I was like, I like longs above both these levels, right? We hadn't broken this level yet. So I was not looking for longs until we broke the level on both indexes. And that's just the way I like to look at the charts. That's just how I have higher probability trades. If we're above both levels, how many times have you guys seen me take trades when we're not above both levels? And it's a losing trade, right? So first off, we have our M2 buy set up right here. Boom, right? We have the M2 buy set up. And I did take a trade. Where was it? Yes, it was right in here. So I waited till we came down and hit discount of this range. So swing low, swing high. Now look at this candle structure. I like this. This is beautiful. We have a discount tap right here. And we're in discount of this range. Swing low, swing high. So I enter the trade because I noticed these candles were still closing at my levels, right? They're not closing right above, but I still like that. We're still holding this gap. We've held discount. We're closing above the level. Like, I am very surprised that this thing did not take off. Like, I'm not surprised we did just not rip like that. Like, I'll be honest, I really am. We come down, we tap discount, we tap the imbalance, the 2-minute imbalance here. We get back above the level. It should have went. Also, the market's putting in higher lows. We've been running bullish every night. Last week, the same thing happened. Like, I'll be honest, I was really confident that trade was going to go. But sometimes the trade just fails. That's all there is to it. Now, I did get a move on this. Now, my target would have been these equal highs up here. Beautiful equal highs. Boom. And I thought we were going to run. I really did. So, as soon as I got the move, I scaled out. I had 10 micros on this, you guys. As soon as I got a little bit of the move, like I got like 5 or 6 points, I scaled out half my position, 5 micros, and then I put my stop to break even right here. Because I'm like, if this fails, this level, I don't want to be caught in a big pullback to the downside. So that was it. You know, I ended up closing the day a little over $1,100, right? So, I mean, realistically, one of those days for me. You know, I not that I went on tilt, but I just taking 4 trades is a lot for me. You guys know that. I'm 1, 2, maybe 3 a day. You know, maybe not every day either, like 1 to 2, and then I might have one day where I trade 3 when we're getting good structure. And not that the structure was bad today. I don't know, just wasn't moving like I wanted it to. So, but you know, let's have a little discipline talk while we're here too, you guys. Like, you know, it's all about discipline with this stuff. And honestly, I don't think that I had the best discipline today. I really don't. You know what I mean? As a trader, as a mentor, as a coach, I will be the first to admit it. My discipline was not that great today. It really wasn't. Like, I probably shouldn't have traded after that first win. I really shouldn't have. It's Monday. The market, you know, it's been shifty lately. After the second loss and the third win, I should have walked away. I was very green on the day. And then I took another trade. That could have went against me. And that's what's going to trigger our tilt, right? That's what's going to trigger our tilt. So after that third trade, I'm up over $1,000. If I give all that back, man, that's what's going to trigger my tilt. So what? We have to recognize the triggers. What was the trigger? It was trading more, right? Like, giving back all that profit is really going to fuck with us. We're going to be like, okay, I want to get that $1,000 back. Or even if it's 200 or 100 or 50, doesn't matter what it is. These are triggers that we have to recognize. You know what I mean? So what basically beats those triggers? Just not trading anymore. Having the discipline to walk away. And I'll lead by example. You know what I mean? So ultimately that's what it's all about. And like, I even posted that post last night. Like, it's all about discipline this week, you guys. It's all about capital preservation. There's been some incredible trading in this community the last while. I'm so proud of everybody. Like, I've seen so many people. I've had traders that came in here and then, like, they've been trading for 6 months, haven't passed it a funded. In 2 weeks they're passing fundeds. So I know you guys, I know these rants and these talks are helping, and there's been some incredible trading from everybody in this community. There's been so much growth. You just have to try and keep that momentum going, and it's all about discipline. It's all about recognizing when to walk away, recognizing when to preserve capital, recognizing when to execute with size, without size. So discipline, man. Discipline's the name of the game. So that we need to have it every single day. So anyways, that's all I got. I'm definitely walking away. I'm going to journal my day, and that's it. You know, I'm thankful I'm green on the day. And to be real, every single one of my trades was a model that I would trade. I just traded too many of them, right? And we just didn't get the move. And you know, I should have recognized that after that. This was a great trade. This was a good trade. Right, wrong tool there. This was a good trade. We shorted this level. We inversed this fair value gap. You know, we actually have an SMT right here. So look, we have the SMT. Does everybody see that? Drop a 1 if you guys see that.
1.
Yeah, right? Like we came up, swept the liquidity on ES right here, SMT, and we don't sweep it on NQ. So when I see those SMTs around my levels, I am going to short it. I am going to short this level. And we did get a nice move. I front run the gap. Now I know that we're above the level on NQ, but I wanted to be above both levels before longs. So I'm doing exactly what I told myself this morning. And that is why I'm green on the day. I wasn't just chasing random trades, doing random shit. I was trading my levels. That's all there was to it. So that, a lot of times you guys, like with me, 90% of the time I overtrade and stuff, I'm still green. I'm still green. It's just because I'm actually trading my models, putting stops to break even and stuff like that. I'm not trading random shit. I'm not just taking a fucking long right here. I'm not just taking a long on a pullback right here. Right? I'm like, oh, the market pushed up. You know, like I'm not taking a long. A lot of people will look at this and be like, okay, we're above a level. We're at a discount range here, but we still haven't closed above this level. We're rejecting this level with an SMT. So that's why I'm going to take this short. Like that's one of my setups. So, you know, sometimes over trading, it sucks, but if you actually stick to your system, a lot of the times the over trading you'll end up being all right. Now, it's not good to overtrade. Don't ever think it's good to overtrade. But I guess what I'm getting at is just trade your system, man. Trade your models every single day, and you'll probably be all right after a year. Like you'll notice that, okay, if I stick to one thing every day, you know, it works. That's all there is to it. It works. So anyways, that's all I got, gang. We will be back in to crush it tomorrow.